Hey everyone, how are you? Camilo here, and in this video we're going to continue our three-part series on how to get more traffic to your website for free. Now, in the last video I showed you kind of an overview of what I do. My primary strategy right now to get free traffic using primarily Facebook syndication and YouTube. Now, we're going to get into the Facebook portion today, but I wanted to kind of show you at a glance, what the nuts and bolts of a sound content strategy look like. And I think this is useful because I want to show you and really prove to you why the secret, the little tip that I'm giving you today is very, very valuable. See, normally, especially when I first got started, this is what my life was like. I would start doing keyword research. Okay, and this keyword research would then drive or determine what I was going to write about, what primary content I wanted to rank, which is the big guy up here. So as you can see here, I've got primary blog content. Okay, so this is what I used to call my mother article, and in this article, obviously I would have a relevant offer or call to action that when someone clicked on it would take them to a landing page. And in this dedicated landing page, there would be an opt-in form where people would either enter their name, an email address, or just their email address. And then whatever I offered, as soon as they entered their email address and hit submit, obviously it would take them to a thank you page. And I would deliver what I promised. If it was a video, then a video would start playing, basically showing them whatever it is that I promised they would get. Or if it was a download, they'd get, a link to go download the ebook or whatever. But obviously the objective of all of this is to drive traffic through this primary page, bring them into the funnel, and once they're in the funnel, begin the lead nurturing and qualifying stage, which basically means you're emailing your list every day. And normally you would have an autoresponder, or you would probably want to email them daily, some value added content. And basically what this does is you keep sending your lists emails every day, good quality content, value added content, how-tos, cool things that happen to you. You might even remarket existing content or blog posts that you have written in the past as a way of saying, hey, if you've been wondering how to generate more leads or how to leverage Facebook to grow your business, I wrote this a while back. You might want to check this out. You might find some cool tools and tips there. So obviously you do this to gauge engagement. Okay, you want to see how many people are interacting with this, and those clicks, that interaction, then basically triggers what we call qualifying triggers. In other words, they expose these qualifying triggers so that you know who's engaging with you on a regular basis, who's probably a hot lead, and then that's how you qualify a lead and then turn it into a conversion. All right. Now, to get this stuff ranked, you would have to write all of this supporting content here. So these quality inbound links from quality sites that are keyword optimized and supporting this big guy up here. You would also have to have social signals. You have all your social sharing stuff here, and then you want to write internal content in your blog, and this stuff also has to have like inbound links to this primary content here. And as you can see, this is very time consuming. This is why I was saying yesterday, put SEO to the side for now and focus on the easy stuff. So what is the easy stuff? Well, let's go and check that out right now. First of all, I want to show you that since I recorded the last video, I've had another successful blog post, and as you can see here, this green guy here, this line here on the 12 has been trending upward. So this blog post turned out to be successful, just like this guy, and that's good news for me. If I turn it over to this view, you can see that I like it. I like it when I get 20 plus clicks. That tells me it is getting engagement. Usually this is about, I don't know, I'll typically get anywhere between 25 to 40% engagement based on the number of groups that I syndicate. And that's going to be, the story today. The one thing I can recommend that you do immediately is to basically get in the habit of syndicating to Facebook groups daily, okay? Daily. So we're going to go ahead and write a blog post. So here's a blog post. This is the one I was just showing you why your prospects and customers are writing you off. I already kind of went through the structure of my blog post. You can go to the previous video if you want to go over that, but here it is. Here's my blog, here's my intro, here's my video, short, ending, and here's my PS with my links that I want them to click on. Okay, so once I've got my blog, I go ahead, I use my tracking software to cloak it and have my tracking in place, and then I go to Facebook. And so here we are. These are some of the groups that I am a member of, and I want to show you something. Notice how many groups I've got in here. Lots of groups, right? It's a lot of groups. Lots of different types of groups, and I segment these groups as well, because certain content I don't just want to share with every group out there. Segmenting is a good idea. So, but what I want to really get across is look at how many groups I belong to, and guess what? I syndicate to about 90% of these. You've got to go in there and you've got to read the rules. You cannot just post blindly to every group you become a member of. There are stipulations in a lot of groups where they don't want you to post links, and so they will kick you out if you violate that. But you want to find as many groups as possible that you can join, and I think the maximum is, I believe it's 300. I probably have somewhere in the area of 120 and 120 groups in here, and that number is growing. Now, with that said, notice that out of 120 groups, on this one so far, I've gotten 33 clicks. I'm happy with that. That's about a 25% response rate based on a number of groups that I syndicate, but I'm happy with that. Why? Because it cost me nothing to get 33 extra clicks to this blog post, which means it cost me nothing for people to see my advertisements and to realize that, hey, just by doing this and clicking on this, they too can make money. When someone clicks on this and they become a lead and they see how easy it is to do what we do, well, why wouldn't you do this every day if you can have 25, 35, 40 eyeballs looking at your content and being exposed to your offer, right? Pretty simple. So I recommend that you start immediately segmenting groups. Just start joining. There's no reason for you to not have a large list of groups. Now, with that said, you don't want to blast groups all at once. You want to space it out. You want to be able to sort of drip this throughout the day, and that's where you need to have software, okay? You need to have software, but when you get started, just do it manually. Post 10 to 20 groups at a time, take a break, come back and post another 10 to 20, start with 40, and then keep growing from that point forward. Again, very important, you need lots of groups. If you're only posting to 20 groups, you're not gonna get these numbers. When I double the number of groups that I post to, this number is gonna go dramatically up. And here's the thing, guys, your objective shouldn't be simply to get a click and get people to your blog post so you can get the lead. It should be to be consistent over the course of 60 to 90 days so that people get used to seeing really good quality content, because what happens is then people start requesting your friendship, and then you can start building your following. When you build your following, then the process of sharing on these groups becomes exponentially much more powerful, because then other people start to share what you post as well. And now 3 clicks become 9 clicks because 2 people shared it with a couple of their friends, and the whole thing starts to snowball. Okay, so this is very important. Now, of course, I've got a lot of groups in here, guys, and so as you can imagine, I just want to go back here for a second. You know, it's hard. It's hard. Check this out. So, got a lot of people posting, right? So you want to make sure that you do this consistently every day. That's why you're not going to get 100 clicks from one group or from a bunch of groups. You're going to basically drip this out, and you're going to be okay getting your 30 to 40 to 50 eyeballs. That's totally fine. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to spend all day posting in groups. So you really want to get software to automate this. I use software that helps me do all the work that you just heard me describe in about 15 minutes. I'm not going to give it away for free here. That's not fair to my team members and our teams. You know, that's value-added content that we provide for people who want to make the commitment to work with us and want to learn how to market like the pros. But I got to tell you, even if you do a Google search, you'll figure out a way to do this. If you want to take the fast track, then you'll get in touch with me on Facebook, or you'll leave a comment, and then we can talk about how to get you this free training so that you can do this very easily. But essentially, it takes me about 15 minutes to set everything up, and I can put as many as 2 to 3 days of awesome posts on autopilot drip, and then this traffic literally becomes autopilot. All right, so that's my simple Facebook syndication. Again, start by simply becoming a member of as many targeted groups as you can in your niche. Read the About tab to make sure that you are allowed to post content and what types of content you're allowed to post, and then get busy. Once you get to about 30, maybe 40 groups, you're definitely going to want to start automating this with software. Otherwise, you're not going to do it because it's going to become too tedious. Okay. Now, in tomorrow's final video, I'm going to talk about how to use YouTube for a powerful 1-2 punch. When you add YouTube to the mix, you're going to kill it, particularly with some of the really cool stuff that I've learned to do in terms of YouTube SEO. So you don't want to miss that video. Be back here tomorrow to check the finale. And again, if you have any questions and you want to learn a little bit more about how we learn these strategies, how we implement them, and how we use them to earn an income online while having a life, get in touch with me with Facebook, in Facebook, or leave a comment on the comment box, and I'd be glad to get in touch with you and help you out in any way I can. To your success, my friends, and we'll see you next time.